Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about the left center back position. I think that there is a lot to talk about when it comes to that specific position, mainly because there's a lot of question marks. Is Marcos Alonso going to be staying? Who should Barcelona sign next if Marcos Alonso does leave? What about Lenglet? There's a lot of questions on whether Lenglet is going to be staying or going to a different club. Is it going to be a loan or is it going to be a full transfer? Again, a lot of questions, and that is why I do want to make this video for today, is to clarify exactly where Barcelona is positioned at, knowing that there is only 6 to 7 days left for the transfer window to be open. So we don't really have a lot of time left, and we expect Barcelona to make massive decisions and fast within these next 48 to 72 hours because the time is ticking. So if you guys are new here, welcome to the channel. This is where we do talk about everything regarding Barcelona. If you guys want to support this YouTube channel, you guys can so by liking this video and also subscribing to the channel. I personally would greatly appreciate it. So let's first talk about Lenglet. So with Lenglet, there are multiple options. Xavi Hernandez has made it very clear that he does not want to have Lenglet on the squad. He does not count on him. Xavi has said to Lenglet that he has no spot. There is a reason why Barcelona brought in Inigo Martinez, and that is because Inigo Martinez brings the experience. He's very solid on the defensive line, and he was one of the best center backs from the previous season in La Liga. And that is why today there is no options for Lenglet to continue. And keep in mind, Inigo Martinez is the backup to Andreas Christensen, and Andreas Christensen performs at a top level. Like, his performance in every game tells us that this center back is highly valued, and he is one of the best center backs in the world. And so you have Christensen, you have Inigo Martinez. Again, there is no spot for Lenglet, and so Barcelona and Sevilla are advancing for Lenglet's loan. The player does see it with good eyes to return to Sevilla, and now both clubs are discussing the distribution of the 60 million euro a year salary, meaning that if Lenglet does go to Sevilla on loan, how much is Barcelona going to pay for his total salary? Are they going to go half and half? Is Barcelona only going to be paying 5 to 6 million euros while Sevilla take the other rest? Of course, Barcelona's main aim is to pay as little as possible for his salary in order to create more margin on the wage bill and introduce more players if they do decide to do so in this summer transfer window. But the buyers list, right, it is growing because we have another club, which is Real Betis, who also is very interested in Lenglet, and they have entered the race. Now, we do not know yet whether Betis want to offer Barcelona 10 million euros, 12 million euros, or they want a simple loan. If they do want to compete with Sevilla, at the very least, Betis are going to have to say, we'll cover the full salary, but he's going to come with us on loan. Now, whether Lenglet joins Sevilla or he does join Real Betis, he's going to have to join a team where they have a great sporting project. Only because I want to see Lenglet do good at his next club, because the better he does, the higher chance that team ends up buying him fully and they don't return Lenglet back to Barcelona like what happened between Tottenham and FC Barcelona. We don't want to repeat the exact same scenario. So we'll see who ends up winning this battle. Could it be Real Betis or Sevilla for the loan of Lenglet? Now let's talk about the next left center back, or we can all say maybe a left back, whatever you may consider him to be, but it is going to be Marcos Alonso. So it does state here, according to Relevo, and I quote, Manchester United have instantly asked about Marcos Alonso and would offer him a 2-year contract, but at the moment Alonso's future remains unclear at Barcelona, meaning that Xavi Hernandez has not spoken with Marcos Alonso on what his future is going to be. And I think that is going to be key. Xavi must communicate to Alonso that he has no spot in this squad, because we haven't heard anything about Xavi Hernandez discussing with a certain player that he should be leaving the club. He has talked about Lenglet, which was last summer in 2022, which is why we saw Lenglet go on loan, but we have never heard or seen Xavi say that Marcos Alonso has no spot in the club. The only thing I can see Marcos Alonso considering is the fact that Cancelo is going to be coming in to replace Koundé on the right back position, and also Alejandro Balde in the left back position. And we all know that Marcos Alonso is the backup option to Balde. Look at what happened in the previous game. And so if Marcos Alonso reads between the lines and he sees what Barcelona is trying to do, which is to have Joao Cancelo play on the left side and be the backup option to Alejandro Balde, he would say, okay, I have no spot here. And even if I try to play on the left center back position, there are going to be multiple center backs that are going to be competing for that spot. And that is why I do say, going back to Xavi Hernandez, it is key, my friends, for Xavi to communicate to Marcos Alonso he has no spot, and he must show the reason why and what players are coming in. Now, Gabriel Sanz has also stated that Marcos Alonso has known of Manchester United's interest for some time now, but his only interest is to succeed at Barcelona. As much as he wants to stay, they are offering him a 2-year deal with a significant salary raise. Again, going back to what I have stated, Xavi Hernandez must communicate to Alonso that he has no spot, because or else he's just going to keep thinking that he should stay at Barcelona and that he should only stay at Barcelona to succeed. And so also with this, right, you may say, but Kevin, don't you think that we need Marcos Alonso as like a 5th, 6th option, because you know how many games games are going to be playing. Look, if Marcos Alonso leaves, I think that Mikayil Faye should be our 5th to 6th option for this season. I don't think that it should be Marcos Alonso. And I say that because Mikayil Faye is someone who can play on the left center back position, which is where Christensen, Inigo Martinez, sometimes Araujo does play in. But he can also play as a true left back. Like, I'm talking about a true left back, a left back that knows how to attack and knows how to defend. He has done this in his youth years. I mean, he's 18 years old, 19 years old, but I'm talking about he has played as a left back when he was 12, 13, 14, 15 years old. So he has experience playing in that position. He has the pace, he has the power, he has the skill set, he knows how to pass, and that is why you do see him make great long passes, whether it's on the ground or in the air as a center back. That is because he knows how to play as a left back, and every left back must be very technical, like Alejandro Balde or Alfonso Davis. And so to me, in my opinion, it should be Mikayil Faye. And yes, I know that he just joined Barcelona, but I think that Mikayil Faye understands how to play in this club. I don't know if you guys have seen the preseason games, but when Mikayil Faye went into those last 5 to 10 minutes, I don't know if it was against Tottenham or Arsenal, but when he went there on the field, he played phenomenal. He had a great 5 to 10 minutes and he showcased what he could do as a center back and also as a left back. Now, if you guys are wondering what happened to this player, because in the previous game of Barcelona Athletic, Mikayil Faye was not there, and many were assuming that maybe Rafa Marquez did not think that he was good enough and that everybody just thinks that he should be out because he's not good enough. But that had nothing to do with anything. Like, his performance had basically nothing to do with his absence. He was out mainly because of business issues. And in the past week, Mikayil Faye was at Senegal with his agent and with his family to cover those business issues because for some reason, I have no idea on the exact details, but it did not allow him to play any games with Barcelona Athletic, and that's why he had to go back to Senegal and fix some issues on maybe on the contract or whatever it may be. But he has already returned. In the past 2 or 3 days, we have seen him at Barcelona already training with the team, but he did not feature in the previous game because he was not ready. He did not train with the team in the past 8 to 10 days, but he will be all right. There's nothing to worry about. And so that is it. That is going to be our story for today on the left center back position. I think that Marcos Alonso should be on his way out, and we should introduce the implementation of Mikayil Faye. And our left back options moving forward for the season should be Alejandro Balde first, Joao Cancelo second. If those two are injured and the worst case scenario happens, let's try Mikayil Faye. And as for Lenglet, that's not even a question. Lenglet should be seen the way out from the club, as there is no spot for Lenglet for this season. And I know that he's going to want to play the Euros in 2024, and he's going to try his best. Like, he has like tough competition in the French team, but he's going to try his best, and I know that he's going to want to go to a club where he can showcase what he can do. So it would make sense for parties. So that is going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.